Once upon a time, there was a little boy called Howard who loved writing stories.
Little Howard dreamed of being a writer, and so he sat and wrote every night. But everything he wrote was fucking shite, yeah. Wubba-dubba-doo, wubba-dubba-doo. Worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world. He's a stupid, suck-ass, rubbish writer.
This week's plot so far is by Rose Parsons. Rapunzel is betrothed to a dirty old man by her father in return for some new carpets. Her twin brother, Rampion, is heartbroken and decides to commit suicide by hypothermia. Indoors, with a fat fire burning in the next room. This may seem impractical, but he did once use some ice to burn down a shed. So maybe he's just really good at ice magic.
Yeah.
Rapunzel senses her brother's death telepathically and becomes consumed with rage. So, naturally, she spends her last month of innocence collecting spiders. On the day of the wedding, Rapunzel finally puts her plan into action. She poisons the soup with spider magic, which kills almost everyone at the reception, thereby exacting her revenge on her parents and husband, whilst also ensuring she gets the massive cake all to herself.
Yum.
However, housemaid and future raven-haired landlady, Mrs. Fox, is fortuitously not dead, so Rapunzel gets all stabby and chases after her with a cake knife. Now, that was pretty good, comprehensive, but also a bit long, so here's a quick recap from Dominic Maniti. The plot so far. After Rapunzel was sold to the evil squire, her brother, Rampion, misses his sex sister so much that he snogs death. At the wedding, Rapunzel uses some spiders to poison all the guests, leaving only herself and Mrs. Fox alive. So, Rapunzel has killed everyone in the world, and in this episode, we're going to discover the fallout of that situation, because, it's pretty serious, right?
Yep.
She's got a massive house full of dead bodies. Probably there's going to be big consequences for that action. It's not like you could just ignore that and move on quickly.
No, you'd have to be a terrible writer. You'd have to be a really awful writer if you assumed that wasn't a problem.
That was just fine. You just forget it. Don't worry. Skip forward a few years. Yeah. Okay. In this episode, we're going to meet some new characters.
Good.
There's going to be a scary lawyer, a spooky, slimy lawyer character called Mr. Grieg.
Nice.
There's an expectant mother who speaks like this, just like all expectant mothers speak. Oh, I'm going to have a baby.
Very good.
And there's an expectant father as well.
Oh, what voice are you going to do for him?
I think I'm going to do Tom Baker Doctor. Oh my god.
Oh, look at me travelling through time and space in my TARDIS.
Look, offering people jelly babies. Would you like a jelly baby?
Oh, yes, a jelly baby.
Oh my god.
Jelly baby, yes,
Okay.
please. Quickly fight that Dalek. Exterminate Doctor Who! No, I will exterminate you, Zeg.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to use my excellent Tom Baker Doctor Who impression
looking forward.
for expectant father. Okay, let's get on with this week's episode, shall we, Howard?
Yes, please.
So Rapunzel has killed everyone except Mrs. Fox.
Oh, no.
So she's grabbed a knife and
Hooray.
she's chasing after her to finish the job.
Oh, yeah, and I've got a good feeling she's going to do it.
I think she's definitely going to catch her. Yeah. I don't see any reason why she wouldn't.
Yeah, this movie definitely did not start with Mrs. Fox being alive.
An elderly Mrs. Fox.
Telling this exact story.
No, I think she's definitely going to catch Mrs. Fox.
If we get a Mrs. Fox voiceover now, I think it's going to be, and then she stabbed me to death.
She killed me right in the face.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, let's find out, shall we? Okay. Cut to exterior rear garden. We see the young Mrs. Fox run from the chase and escape down the side. Doesn't say the side of what, but the side. I escape with my life, but the images shall never leave me. She says, this is Mrs. Fox voiceover. Exterior rear garden. Rapunzel stands in the centre of the ungrown maze by the fruit tree. She slumps down against its trunk and buries her head in her knees.
Okay. And buries her head, full stop.
Yeah.
La la.
Yeah.
That's Dean sound effects.
Yeah, Howard was also doing a great digging mime, but you couldn't see that. I could. I'm lucky in that respect.
You're lucky.
What you say?
You are lucky.
I thought you said I love you. It was really weird. Is this the time? Is this the time to be saying that?
Disguised it. It's like that olive juice thing, isn't it?
What?
Olive juice.
Oh, you say I love you, and then you say, you have a glass of olive juice there just in case.
Yeah. What did you say? Just olive juice?
Olive juice. Is that a thing? So, Rapunzel stands in the centre of the ungrown maze. By the fruit tree, she slumps down against its trunk and buries her head in her knees. Dissolve 2. Exterior rear garden, day. The hedges of the maze are now shoulder high. Wow, that was a fast-growing maze, wasn't it? Yeah. The garden has been somewhat abandoned by the dead gardener.
Occasionally he digs it, but when he's not being dead.
I'm afraid I'm a bit busy being dead at the moment, Ashley. Stop complaining about me not attending the garden when I'm busy being dead. Many of the plants have died, because they ate the soup too.
The spiders walking out of the plants.
Yeah. But through everything, the red berries of the trees still grow proudly. Through the leafy labyrinth walks a female figure in black. Black coal around her eyes, and raven black hair with blonde roots. She is as near as one can come to looking like a witch, without wearing a pointy hat. Brilliant. Brilliant bit of stage direction there. Well done. Dear designer, costume designer, she is as near as one can come to looking like a witch without wearing a pointy hat.
She's green. She's riding a broom. She's trying to get Dorothy.
Yeah, flying monkeys are following her. She's got a house on her.
She's under a house. She's round a cauldron with two other people that are like witches but haven't got pointy hats.
She gets her pointy hat out and puts it on. Oh no.
She says.
Her cat gets on her broomstick and they fly to space.
Yeah, witch. Classic witch.
She stops to examine a spider that sits in its dew-covered web.
Should she get her like a magnifying glass out or something?
Yeah. She's like, it's definitely a
taking
spider.
Some notes.
I've counted its legs.
Legs 8, heads 12. Wait a second.
On the wind, we hear the crying of a child.
That's what babies want, isn't it?
That's what they should cry.
That's what they are doing, but they can't speak yet. That's what they mean.
The witch turns her... Oh, she is a witch now. The witch turns her head to the sound and then, with purpose in her step, exits the maze and heads down the side of the house towards the gates. Is the witch Rapunzel?
It is, but she's a witch now, so she should have a different voice.
Okay, she's got a witch voice.
Hello, I'm a witch.
Yes, look at my pointy hat.
Do you like my broom? It's my space broom. I'm going to take my cat to space with it.
Oh, wait, my pointy hat's not so pointy now. It's got this house on it.
So sweet little Rapunzel grew up to be an evil old witch.
And many, many years later, in the Seven Ravens pub, Mrs. Fox told the Grimm Brothers about her evil exploits. And we're going back to her now to find out what happened next in the story. Like my mother before me, may she rest in peace, I had become the local midwife, and so it was to be the first time I'd seen Lady Valen since that day all those years ago. She didn't recognise me, of course, but she was too familiar to me. There was a fire within her eyes that I could scarce forget, something that could destroy a person if they should only look for too long.
She got guns in her eyes. Just sticking out of her eye holes.
Doesn't pay to look at them guns too long or they'll shoot you. Cut 2. Interior, bedroom, Fable Cottage, day. Fable Cottage, is that where Rapunzel grew up? Okay. A young woman lays on the bed, in the process of giving birth. Yeah. A stocky man holds her hand, whilst Mrs. Fox deals with the baby. Okay, so we've got expectant father. Is it a boy, Mrs. Fox? Please say it's a boy. I like boys more than girls. Is it a boy, Mrs. Fox? Say it's a boy.
Girl ones are rubbish. I want a boy one.
I want a boy, so it can lift things.
Till the land.
I like tilling. Girls
Yes.
cannot. Everyone knows that girls cannot till.
Everyone knows if you have a girl one, then the squire will come and marry it. And then spiders will happen.
But it's the ghost of the spire now.
Oh, yeah, the spire.
The ghost spire.
You said it as iffy then.
All right, I said spire, I said squire. Oh dear.
Oh, no.
Anyway, so yeah, the ghost squire turns up and marries your daughter.
Yeah.
And that's just haunting everyone's daughter. Yeah. Now, Mrs. Fox says, "Oh, sir, all in good time. I've only just got its head out." Yeah, so they're having a conversation mid-birth. Shut up! I'm delivering a baby. Just stop banging on about whether it's a boy or not for 5 minutes.
I know, you know that, like, maybe, like, you know, these are dark days before science properly at its way with the world. But like,
way with the world.
but you know that penises aren't on babies' heads. You should be quite fucking evident.
You might want to wait until I've got its penis out to find out if it's a boy or not. Okay, here it comes. Okay, it's a girl. Since this is the 17th century and everything, you might first want to be concerned with whether it's dead or not. Like, probably 80% of babies don't survive the birth. Oh, is my wife alive? Is my baby alive? Okay, check 1, check 2. All right, now I can ask if it's a boy or not, or if I have to hire a boy to till my land. Mrs. Fox cuts the umbilical cord. The father says,
Will. Does he?
"Will." Because we chose to do him as Tom Baker Doctor Who.
Had to happen.
So his second line, not only does it contain the word well, it is the word well. There is nothing else. All he says is, "Will."
Yeah, and he's just had a jelly baby. Like I said, so it's all set up. It's all perfect. Okay.
Is my jelly baby a jelly boy or a jelly girl?
That's what he should have asked. Is it a jelly? What is it? Is it a jelly? No,
It's a baby. But
most
is
people
it
would
a
ask, is it a
jelly
boy
baby?
or a girl? Is it a boy, a girl, or a jelly?
So, the young couple in Fable Cottage have just had a baby.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, but they seem strangely concerned about whether or not it's a boy.
Sexists.
Let's find out what happens next. Mrs. Fox smiles at them as she hands the baby over. "It's what you wished for. A healthy jelly boy. Sorry, baby boy." The parents are delighted and huddled together with their child. Suddenly, the witch enters the bedroom. She sees their joy and frowns.
That boy, I think that should say.
Yeah,
That's,
it should, yeah.
Spelled that wrong, haven't I?
Yeah. "It is a boy, Mum. It is ours." The witch moves forward and checks. So the witch looks at the baby's penis, is what that direction should say. Mrs. Fox is frozen with fear. "It is a boy. There is nothing you can do." The witch looks coldly at him. He steps back, scared of her. "Perhaps," says the witch. "Perhaps." The witch exits as suddenly as she arrived. There is general relief. "Hello, I'm General Relief. I'm General Relief. This is my army.
And this is private.
Private tension."
Yeah. Okay, I'll go with that.
There is general relief at her departure. The parents hold one another. "Would you give us a moment alone?" Mrs. Fox nods and exits. The parents exchange a worried look. Interior, kitchen, Fable Cottage. Mrs. Fox enters to see the front door closing. Her eyes then rest on 2 goblets and a bottle of uncorked wine, which sit on a tray on the table. Oh dear. I wouldn't drink that wine. I wonder if that wine's got spiders in it. I think it has. Now, a bottle of uncorked wine which sit on a tray on the table. The cork rolls slowly off the table. Drama. Cut 2. Interior, bedroom, Fable Cottage. But what did she mean? Nothing. She was just trying to scare us. She succeeded. I'm very scared now. Oh, dear
Well,
doctor.
don't be scared. Have a nice glass of spider wine. That will calm you down.
Did you say spider wine?
What? No, nothing.
Nothing. We're fine. There's nothing she can do. We fulfilled our part of the bargain. It's a boy. He's a boy. He's our son. Our son is our boy. A boy is our son. It he ham boy. He ham boy ham.
He ham boy.
He ham boy. She nods. They share a kiss. Doesn't say who they're kissing, but they share it.
Yeah, I finished with it. Do you want to go?
Yes, I'm going to kiss Zeg now. Stop kissing me!
Stop it. Moments later, Mrs. Fox carries in the 2 goblets on the tray. Don't drink the goblets. They've got spiders in. I mean, a witch has just been to your house, right? For fuck's sake. Mrs. Fox, I know she didn't see them eat the soup, but she left the room when everyone was about to eat some soup, all right? She came back and everyone was dead.
It was a long time ago.
Oh dear. Either the soup was poisoned or magic things happened. Okay, yeah, probably magic things, but keep in mind that it might have been the soup. I agree it was a long time ago, but I reckon if there's one thing in your life you remember clearly, it's that time when you left the room and when you got back everyone was fucking dead. All right? Everyone was dead with blood coming out of some part of their body. All right?
She doesn't know that it was to do with it was nothing to do with bottles of wine, was it? And also I think the point here is that she goes out and the door's just closing because the witch has just left, so she's obviously stayed a bit longer than we were to believe. And the cork rolls off the table. But the wine's always been there.
Oh, okay. So the witch didn't leave the wine.
No, she's
I thought
just
the witch
poisoned
had left the wine.
I think she's just basically just
poisoned the wine.
Poisoned the wine.
She's like, oh, I must have opened that bottle myself and then forgot.
I think what's happening is Mrs. Fox has put a corked bottle of wine.
And then it's uncorked, and she thinks,
oh well, that's good, isn't it?
Nice of the witch to open my wine for me, save me some trouble. As long as she hasn't got any previous with poison in things, I'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly, and she hasn't.
All right, but it does seem like
because she's not in prison, is she?
She's not in prison, no. But I mean, if you've got if your brother, for example, and you know your brother has axe murdered 3 people. Right?
I do know that. Yeah.
All right, but he's not going to prison because you haven't dobbed him in,
right?
Right. But but then one day you're having a baby, right? And meanwhile, your brother comes in and says, I'm going to axe that I'm going to axe that baby to death. Yeah. You're like, no, you can't, because it is a boy. And it's like, oh, no, yeah, that's true. I can only axe girls. All right, I'll be off now. Bye, I'm going to bye.
Milk.
Yeah. And then you go into the kitchen and there's a baby with an axe sticking out of it.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, that's probably dinner. What? This is comfortable, right? That probably wasn't my brother. It's probably dinner. Okay, but it's axed baby for dinner. Anyone want some axed baby for dinner?
This makes no sense.
And they're like, yes, my favourite axed baby for dinner. Yum, axed baby. Yeah. Oh, what? Wait a minute, that's my baby. Oh no, you axed my baby today, and then I ate it. Mm-hmm. That's comparable, right?
Oh yeah, okay, yes. I mean, yes,
yes,
and that is what's happened.
Cool. So what's happening here is I've just made a really accurate and illustrative example that helped everyone to understand something.
Absolutely, yeah, agreed.
Okay,
I agree.
Good. But in the story, the witch has just been to take the baby away.
Ooh, right? What a meanie.
But they've said, oh, you can't have it because it's a boy.
Right.
So the witch has gone, all right, fair enough, and she's left. Gone. No trouble, she's just gone away. And nicely, on her way out, she opened that bottle of wine for Mrs. Fox. And Mrs. Fox like, oh, that's very nice of that woman.
Oh, see how kindly she's opened this bottle of wine.
Isn't that nice of her? Last time I saw her, she killed everyone in the whole world. But this time she's helping me do my job by opening the wine for me. So Mrs. Fox picks up the wine, takes it through to the happy new parents. And she says, oh, I'm sorry. I was just bringing you your wine. It's full of spiders. She brings the tray to them, and they take the goblets. Thank you, Mrs. Fox. Will you not have one for yourself? Oh, no, thank you. They're full of poisonous spiders.
I can't, I'm afraid. I've got to survive to the future where I'm going to retell the story.
It'd be a grandfather paradox if I do. Well, kind of.
It'd be a grandfather parafox.
No, actually, Mrs. Fox says, I could certainly use one. But no, not for me, no. I have another appointment, and it wouldn't do me well to roll up drunk. I've come to deliver your baby. That would, wouldn't it? That'd be bad. The midwife's drunk.
So, I mean, never got the sense that they were like in a city or anything. It always felt like this is the middle of nowhere. And I don't know how many babies get born on the same day and like out in the country.
We've got another appointment right next door. They're having a baby now as well.
Yeah. Maybe her other appointment isn't to deliver a baby. It's one of her other jobs.
It must be, because you wouldn't make appointments to deliver babies. It's not like Mrs. Fox can roll up at 3 o'clock and start inducing a baby. I've come, it's time for your baby. Okay, I'm start punching you until the baby comes out. That's the best method we've got.
Yeah, hold on a second. Beep, 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 beep. Hello, is that Mrs. Fox speaking? I'd like to book an appointment to have a a baby, please.
Yeah, on the 23rd of June.
Well, I've actually got one in the morning, but I can do you in the afternoon if your wife can hold on till then. Yeah, that sounds good, isn't it? Yeah. Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she does hair as well.
Yeah. Babies and hair, yeah. Well, as you said, I mean, you've got, if all you do is deliver babies, it's going to be a lot of time between your appointments in the middle of the forest where you live.
I mean, it's literally one a year. And then the witch comes and nicks it.
Yeah, it's the same, because it's the same couple. I certainly use a drink, but no, not for me. I have another appointment, and it wouldn't do well for me to roll up dead. Oh, yes, that's a good point. What? Oh, nothing. The parents, baby between them, link arms together and drink.
And dance up the yellow brick road.
Yeah, and die. Mrs. Fox smiles at the pleasant family scene of death. Cut to interior study, Century Chase.
Oh, cut to the chase, why don't you?
Cut to the joke.
Thank you.
Good joke. Where'd you come up with that? That's very good.
I just really got it coming up with jokes.
Really got it coming up with jokes. Okay, yeah. The witch, all in black, sits in an intricately woven wicker chair that resembles a spider web. She waits. A fly walks in. She wraps it in her web and then eats it. No, that doesn't happen.
So her
Goldblum
chair is kind of like attached to like different parts of the ceiling.
That'd be good. And sometimes it catches Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah. Chaos theory.
Who was that?
It's Jeff Goldblum. That's what he's like, right?
I hope so. I mean, it's been a while. It's been a while since I saw a Jeff Goldblum film, but I feel like now, if I watched one, I'd be disappointed if he didn't go, chaos theory, just what you did.
You're really catchy on doing good impersonations. It used to take you ages to be able to like do what I did.
I think I've just
taught straight away.
Yeah, what I've done is I've over a lot of practice and a lot, practice, repeat, is I've just got good at copying you.
Yeah.
If I had to do anyone else, if I had to do a real impression, I'd be rubbish. So the witch is sitting in a chair, which resembles a spider web. She waits. Suddenly, we hear distant screaming. Hang on. Okay, nailed.
That sounds like distant woman getting involved in sexy scenario sound.
Well, it doesn't say what kind of screaming. It could be sexy screaming, right? The witch stands and goes to the window. Witch's POV, Fable Cottage. Mrs. Fox runs screaming from within, hitting herself all about her person as though she is covered in something unpleasant. Ooh. The witch appears outside on the footpath to the cottage. She reaches the door and enters. Interior, bedroom, Fable Cottage. The parents lie dead. Tiny spiders walk about their bodies. The newborn baby cries. The witch enters wielding a knife. She stands menacingly over the baby boy. She's not going to cut the boy's wiener off, is she? And then say he's a girl. Is that the plot of your horrible, terrible film? Okay. Exterior, Fable Cottage. We suddenly hear the crying stop. The baby is so shocked at what just happened.
Excuse me, did you just char off my tallywhacker? What is I'm going to use that for now?
If you'd asked nicely, I would have stopped crying, all right? I mean, my parents just died.
You shut babies up.
Yeah, isn't it bad enough that both my parents just died and you had to cut my penis off as well? I mean, come on, bad enough day. Slow down. We suddenly hear the crying stop. Moments later, the witch emerges carrying a bundle. It is the baby's penis. No. She heads back towards the chase. Mrs. Fox voiceover. Oh, he shouldn't have left the child there, but I was scared of her.
And I was
She would
covered
come
in
for
friggin'
me.
spiders.
And covered in spiders. I had enough to deal with without going and getting flipping babies. Twice I had been saved by serendipity, and I had no intention of provoking fate. Cut 2. Interior, 7 ravens. Evening, 1624. William, Jacob, and Fitch sit by the fire. Who's Fitch? Is he the scribe?
Yeah.
Okay. He's not allowed to speak ever, right?
No,
okay.
fuck him.
So then, she killed the child? No, sir, she did not. She did something much worse.
Yeah, you know what she did.
Then killing a child, she killed 2 children. No, through all the children. She killed all the children in the world and then ate them. Without a word of a lie, sir, she took a knife and she cut the baby's tongue from his little mouth to silence his
There
crying.
you go. See, she didn't cut his penis off.
And then... Sir, why
Oh,
and why I cannot tell you, she took her knife to that which made him a boy and removed his sex, sir. She castrated the child. Right, yeah, okay, so it is worse than I thought. Because I thought she was going to cut his penis off, but she cut his tongue out as well.
Yeah, but that's because he's alive now, at least, isn't he?
Oh yeah, at least he's alive, yeah.
I mean, you can't do much. You know,
Can't talk.
can't get a job. I know, he can get a
Yeah,
job.
you can get a job, you just can't get a blow
He
job.
can till the land, and that's what's
Yeah.
important. Here,
No, because he's a woman now.
you can't till
and they're
the
not
land.
allowed
Oh,
to.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, because you can't, because that's how you till a land with your penis.
Yeah,
isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
You
You
strap a plough to
a
your-
furrow and with
your
by
penis,
by pulling yourself along on your belly.
Because you ain't got horses in back in the day, so you had to tie the thing to your knob.
Horses are a relatively recent invention, of course. aren't
Yes,
they?
that's right.
So you're a sick man.
You're a sick man, but
You're a sick man. Can't believe you wrote a film script about cutting a baby's penis off.
it's autobiographical, you see.
From that time when you cut a baby's penis off.
Oh yeah, obviously. Yeah. We all know I've got a huge penis. That's why I'm called Howard Long Penis.
Yeah, we know that. And no one ever overcompensates with their name or claim what they claim to be or anything like that, do they? So it's definitely true of you. So the witch has killed the parents.
Oh, such a sad day.
Such a sad day. And kidnapped the baby.
Stole it.
Basically stolen the baby, but she didn't want the whole baby.
No.
Right? She's like, there's too much baby here.
Way
I'd
too
better
much."
trim it a bit.
Yeah.
I'll remove a couple of the extra bits. These 2 bits that stick out. Don't need them. So she cut off its penis and its tongue for some reason. And now, in the story, we're going to jump forward in time.
Like a massive jump in time travelling pig.
Exactly like that, yeah. Because now it is 6 years later. We're at Century Chase, in the nursery, 6 years later. Close up, spider. It is knocked sideways by a giant hand.
Ooh.
Then the room seems more lived in, less dust. In one corner, there is a large basket containing a blanket. The boy, now aged 6, wears a dress. He sits on the floor, toying with a spider. He bats it about. The witch enters to find him chewing on the spider. The spider, because you haven't given me dinner. So, I don't know, if you don't want me to eat spider, I suppose you can give me some dinner or something. Is that a possibility? Maybe some sausages. Next scene. Interior, study, Century Chase. The witch sits at her desk. Opposite her sits a slick-haired, slick-suited gentleman. He's slick, basically. He's covered in oil. He's just come out of an oil pit. Opposite her sits a slick-haired, slick-suited, slick-penised gentleman. Despite his youth, his teeth are black like tar, more slick. He sucks on a pipe. The cottage has been empty now for 6 years. I feel it is time to perhaps find new lodgers. The gentleman smiles, a tarry smile. Is he going to have many lines? It looks like he's only got one line.
Yeah, I think he's in it quite a bit.
He's only got one line in the next few pages.
Tartooth, and I'm a bit evil. It's a bit like that, you know.
All right. It's good. I like it. I don't know how I'm going to remember it. Of course, Mum. It's good, though, isn't it? Yeah, I like that, yeah. The gentleman smiles a tarry smile. Of course, Mum. He says, of course, Mum, of course. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, oh, yeah. That's a good thing, whatever you just said a minute ago. That was really good, yeah.
As he slowly turns into Bruce Forsyth.
Oh, yeah, good game. Oh, no. Okay. No,
He's just playing all the parts now.
Of course, Mum. Yeah, it will be a good game. You're right. Yeah. Give us a twirl. What? Go on, give us a twirl, Anthea. I don't know. I can't think of any. That's the one, yeah. What a weird world it was when, in order to be a TV presenter, you needed a collection of catchphrases. That was a weird thing. That's not true anymore, right? If you're like, is that still true? If you present a TV show, do you first have to organise all your catchphrases and your call and responses, or is that just an old thing now?
I think that like it's part of the show rather than the compare. You know, I mean, he would say
Sometimes,
nice, but like with the often with
Some
the show,
of them would come with the
like,
show, yeah.
Like let's bring on the wall, that kind of thing.
What's that?
I don't know. I've never seen it, but it's
Let's
a show
bring
where
on the wall.
Yeah, they have this wall that you have to like jump through or over or something, and it's like bring on the wall.
It sounds like it's so. I do believe you, obviously.
Oh, yeah,
but it so sounds like you're making that up, right? It so sounds like you're being super dumb. Oh yeah, there's this TV show, right, where they say, quick, think of a thing. Bring on a wall. Yeah, what would they never do on TV? Well, walls don't move, right? So, they say bring on a wall, and then I go, all right. They say bring on a wall, and then what happens? And you're like, they do jumping. Yeah, they bring on a wall to do jumping. It so incredibly sounds like the sort of thing you would make up as well. It is. I mean, and I do believe you, but I also feel like I shouldn't. Bring on the wall. No one's ever said that.
Yeah. Then there's that other one, isn't there?
Yeah, super glue a penguin. Yeah.
Oh, you've seen it.
Yeah, I love it. It's my favourite show. Yeah, and then they do jumping next to a penguin. Yeah. Super glued to a penguin.
Bring on the wall. It's not our wall, it's the wall.
Bring on a wall will be there. Just any wall will be fine. Most of the walls are glued down, I'm afraid. Most of them seem to start underground, making them quite difficult to move. Yeah. Okay, bring on a chair. I know I've got to do something. Bring on a chair. Okay, would you like to jump next to the chair? Why am I doing this? We just haven't got a lot of ideas. To be honest, game shows have been a thing for a long time, and we've done cards, we've done darts, we've done like missing words, we've done Wheel of Fortune. You know, there's really not many ideas left. So we thought, bring on a wall. And jump next to it would be a good thing. But to be honest, we didn't do enough preparation. We didn't do a rehearsal. So, or we did. We did a rehearsal, but we didn't bother using the wall in rehearsal. We thought, we'll just save that for the real thing. Turns out, you can't move walls. They're very static things. So we did a chair instead.
Yeah, Wheel of Fortune's got spin the wheel. That's probably a catchphrase for that.
Probably is, yeah.
Like Jimbo wasn't. It wasn't a catchphrase of his to say, "Here's what you could have won." That was just like a catchphrase of the show to say, "Here's what you could have won."
Absolutely. Can I have a pee, please, Bob?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
yeah, it was part of the show, absolutely. But also, they did often those guys, that generation of kind of presenters and comedians, also had their own catchphrases, which they'd take from sometimes from show to show as well, wouldn't they? Which is a weird idea now. The idea that as a personality, you need a catchphrase rather than as a character. But, I mean, people like Paddy McGuinness still do that kind of stuff, right? He has catchphrases, isn't he?
Well, he's got a show where they have, again,
part of the show.
Particular things, so it might be. But I've not really watched it.
No, me neither. I've only heard people talking about it, so I'm kind of very second-hand aware of it.
Fetch me the pig!
Oh, no, hang on. Doesn't he do a dating show with a load of women? Because that sounds really offensive. Right. That could be taken the wrong way.
I don't think.
Okay, bring out the pig.
I think that it's. Well, I haven't seen it, but I think it varies. It's either like loads of women picking a man or loads of men picking a woman, isn't it?
Hang on. It's loads of women picking a man.
Yeah.
So they bring out 15 women and one man, right? And the 15 women pick. You see how you've got it the wrong way around, yeah?
No.
He's all like, Do you want him on? Make your choice. You've got a choice between one man. Which one do you want? I guess we'll have man A. It's man A, I suppose. You've chosen man A. All right. Off you all go and have a shag.
Now, I know it sounds weird, but that is actually the plot of it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think so. Because, like, the women buzz themselves out if they're not interested in the guy, and then he's left with
the ones who want him.
Yeah.
The ones who'll take anyone.
Yeah.
Because
I think they maybe get to stay in the show, like in the way that like Deal or No Deal is.
All right. So if they buzz themselves out,
another guy coming down and get to do that guy instead.
Okay, that's weird.
Especially if the women really fancy themselves and they'll be like, well, I can do better than this guy. And the guy's definitely going to want me, so I'll hang out.
But to be honest, I can do better than any guy who would be on this show. Which is not actually that much of an ego to believe that, is it? I can do better than the guys who do this show.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a massive egotist.
But I think sometimes it's loads of men, but I don't know. I don't know. Should be, shouldn't it? It's a bit unfair if it isn't.
Who knows?
Especially on the gay man version.
Well, if it was just women on the gay man version, that'd be kind of offensive.
Yeah.
All right, all you women get to choose a woman on our gay man version of the show. That's his voice, right? Is he from Manchester?
I mean, maybe,
He's
but that
from the
wasn't
north,
a Manchester
right?
accent, was it?
Fucking hell.
Oh, right, maybe it
I'm
was.
Paddy McGuinness.
Yeah, okay.
Fucking hell, yeah. Look at me trousers.
Yeah, that's his catchphrase. Look at me trousers. Trousers. I'm Paddy McGuinness.
Listen to me Joax. I've written them on my trousers.
Yeah, look at all these Joax. I've got them spitting out me bowls. Joke bowls.
I'll brought me bowls of jokes. Here's one. Doctor, why is there a cabbage on my head?
Fucking Doug put it there. Joax.
Yeah. Because he's a surrealist comedian, isn't he?
Pass me the Joax bowl. I've got another one in there. It's full of Joax, this bowl.
Oh no, these aren't Joax. These are just like questions with answers that don't make sense. How many crisps does it take to change a light bulb?
Fucking hell, you
Dog!
It weren't a bowl of Joax. It was fucking alphabetic spaghetti. I'm making them up.
I'm just talking bollocks.
Bolax.
Bolax. All right. Let's get back to the script, shall we? Now we've had that nice little aside about Paddy McGuinness, a man who neither of us know anything about.
Yeah.
We're not sure where he's from. We don't know what his catchphrase is. Yeah. And we've never watched his show, so we don't really know how it works. But you're pretty sure it's about 15 women choosing one man somehow. Right?
I saw a clip of it on something, but I've not watched it. Yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you what, people, right? If you know how that show works and you're thinking of writing in and telling us, just don't, because like after this conversation, we're never going to care again.
We'll forget we've had it.
Yeah,
and when you start writing and telling us the
We're
rules
gonna be
of that Paddy McGuinness show.
Why are people telling us? Why do people think we like Paddy McGuinness? I barely know who he is.
Yeah. We don't know what the show's called anyway, so we won't even know you're talking about Paddy McGuinness. You'll be like, that. The rules of so-and-so show are this.
So-and-so show. That's a pretty good name.
Oh, yeah, have that.
So-and-so show.
Welcome. It's me, Paddy McGuinness. Welcome to so-and-so show. Bust me with my bowl of Joax.
Look at me trousers.
Sounds pretty good. I might watch it, sorry.
Yeah, I'll watch it. It's a shame we don't know what it's called.
Just going to sit flicking through all the channels.
Looking for so-and-so show.
Who is Paddy McGuinness? And why does he want you to look at his trousers?
Is it because they're covered in blood after a witch cut his penis off? Find out next week on The
Worst writer in the world. Worst writer in the world. Worst writer in the world. Worst writer in the world.
Thank you for listening to this episode of The Worst Writer in the World.
Hooray.
And thanks to all the people who entered our art challenge.
Ooh.
Namely, Dominic Maniti, Yaroslav Rainiak, Katie Smith, Jeremy Shelton, Gareth Jones, Keith Railton, Neil Starkey, Josh Davies, and Thomas Moore.
But there could only be one winner, and the winner was Howard Long, 31, from Coville, Leicestershire, for his brilliant picture of Squire Rufus.
Yeah, where you try to offload your own disgusting behaviour on me. No, because the winner hasn't been chosen yet, has it, Howard?
No.
We will, in fact, choose the winner next week. Ooh. So you've still got another week to send in your artwork.
Hooray!
If you'd like to see all these pictures, there is an album on our Facebook group. All you got to do is search Worst Writer in the World. And there's another reason to join that group, isn't there? Because
Lots of reasons.
Well, there are loads of reasons, but here's a good one. Howard's been uploading pictures of some of the comics he made when he was a kid, starring such great characters as Brill Banana.
Yeah.
And what else? Rubbish Cucumber or something, I don't know. But
Tommy the Terrible Tomato.
Tommy the Terrible Tomato, yeah. Howard did some great comics.
Thank you, yeah. I was the best comic
writer in the world, yeah. That don't really work in audio form, so we're not going to be doing them in the podcast, but if you want to see them, you can see them on the Facebook group.
Great, come join the group.
Or if you want to spend some money and get loads and loads of stuff, then you can join our secret gang on patreon.com/manbycow. You'll get the extended Rapunzel episodes and just a ridiculous amount of other really entertaining stuff that we make. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to send us your plot so far. See you next week. Bye.
He's a stupid, suck-ass, rubbish writer. Yeah.